Okay, this thing blew up off of the east coast in the water and started heading backwards. It started heading southwest. And all we're going to do is just kind of watch different videos of the same thing. But it's going to change as we go along in time. This is the visible satellite image. The sun's coming. The sun's down right now, and then the sun's coming up. Again, this is the visible satellite image. And this is the radar loop. This is actually where the radar starts to pick up. There's rain out here, but you can't see it. And there was very little rain when it first formed out here, and it moved its way down here, and it started picking up more and more rain until it got to basically Florida, which is where it dumped the storms. Again, here's the visible satellite image from a different perspective. The sun's setting, and then the sun is rising back up. This is just an infrared view. And this is the water vapor view. Notice all the amount of moisture, guys, that's over the United States, Atlantic Ocean, and Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico loop is stopped, so it's like a steaming pot. It's just sitting there. It's just steam rising up. So if they ever decide to change this weather back around and get the jet streams back headed the proper directions, or if it's the sun causing it or whatever, guys, once it turns around and stuff starts landing in the Gulf of Mexico, there's going to be a lot of moisture waiting on it. Again, here's a radar loop as it comes into Florida, and this is the visible satellite image directly over Florida. Okay, this is the moisture loop coming out of right about here, I think is where the radar is, if I remember correctly. And here's your radar image as it comes into Florida. Okay, this is where it started, was way up here, and it worked its way all the way down here, coming to Florida. And we're going to show it go on past Florida here shortly, guys. Just bear with me. I'm trying to let you guys see everything. But notice which way it's traveling. It is going completely backwards. Absolutely, completely, and utterly backwards. It's heading southwest. Also, this loop over here is moving the wrong way. Again, all the weather, guys, all of it around the globe is moving backward. Completely backwards. So it starts up here, guys, and it works its way straight down, going completely backwards, bearing down on Florida. This is just an infrared view of it, by the way. This is slow motion. Zooming in a little bit, you can see all the chemtrails. This is still in slow motion. Okay, right there's the chemtrails, and as it comes down in slow motion, you'll be able to show the chemtrails kick off into the east coast, and the hurricane type structure, the tropical depression, tropical storm, whatever you want to call it, is headed south and southwest, bearing down on Florida. Okay, back out, zoomed out again. Okay, back it up. I got it running in reverse here for a second just so you can see. If that's going back in time. Now going forward. Okay, here's the overall view of everything that's going on. And again, Hawaii was back under a flood watch again. Notice you got a low pressure system here, here, and well, Pacific Coast, Alaska, and Northeast Coast. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, this is your North Pole view. Notice that around the North Pole everything is moving counterclockwise like a massive, massive, massive low pressure system. Then when you get to about the equator, everything is moving like a high pressure system is moving clockwise. Okay, clockwise around the equator, except this section right here. The section in the southeast corner of the map here is moving a different direction. Okay, North Pole moving like a low pressure system counterclockwise. Equator was moving clockwise. Okay, here's the storm as it passes into Florida, and this is the satellite image here. This is the water vapor view. As it passes through Florida. This is the visible satellite image. And now this is as it exits Florida. It's starting to leave Florida. Now notice that as it comes off of Florida, it pretty much begins to stop dumping rain. This is the infrared view. And this is your water vapor view. Again, look at all of the moisture, guys. It's incredible how much moisture is in the atmosphere. Not just here, guys, but around the globe, and I'll show you in a little while. Again, this is leaving Florida from a different view. And these are the storms that popped up yesterday in the central U.S. Okay, here's another view. This is just the infrared view. And here's the water vapor view. as it moves out into the Gulf of Mexico. And here's a broader perspective, a regional view. And again, it's still moving backwards, guys. It moved from the north to the southwest. Okay, now here's your Gulf of Mexico view. And this was early this morning, guys. Early this morning. So if you want to get an update on where it's at now, you'll have to go ahead and get on the different satellite images, different radars, whatever, to take a view. Here's all your flooding. This is all the flooding, guys. Notice it matches the map. Okay, complete flooding. Mountain ranges, Mississippi area is flooding. Okay, and again, here's your hurricane, tropical storm type structure going into moving through the Gulf. And again, if you want to update on where it's at now, you'll have to go to the satellite image and take a look at where it's at now. Another regional view, just infrared view. Okay, and here you guys go. Look at all of the moisture, guys. This is the moisture loop. Look how much drawn into the United States from the southwest coming in, and it's continual, guys. It's never ending. It is never ending. And notice the low pressure system moving backwards, back toward going toward back toward Japan in the Pacific Ocean. And just look at how the North Pole is running like a huge, massive low pressure system, while the equator is moving like a huge, massive high pressure system. And again, the storms down there in the Gulf of Mexico. This weather that's on a mission here for some reason. Okay, now watch as it comes off of the coast. Boom, there it is. And now it's going to head southwest, and then it goes on into the Gulf of Mexico. Where it goes from here, I'm not sure, but I'm going to guess it's going to hit Texas. But look at the big, massive low pressure system going through Hawaii.